Today on BladeHQ.com, we are taking a look at the Hogue Knives EX01. Now this one came out a few years ago, but I wanted to take a look at it because we didn't have a good video on it, as well as the EX04 just came in, so we can compare the two really quickly. I pulled out an EX03 as well and an EX02, so we'll take a look at all of those. Now let me just let you know here, a couple things you need to know about the EX series. There are a bunch of them, a lot of different varieties, handle materials, there's autos, there's thumb stud openers, there's flippers, a lot of different variety in what you can get from Hogue. So I'm just going to encourage you to watch this video and then go browse the website, kind of figure out what you like, what you don't like. Hopefully this video gives you a good idea of what options are out there and how they look in the hand, that sort of thing. So first of all, this is the EX01. I'm going to pull up the specs here. This is the black G10. So this G10 pattern, they call it G-mascus. Basically, it's kind of a Damascus looking G10. Very, very cool texturing on it. And then it also comes in a green variety. I think just the two varieties. I love what Hogue does with the G10. I just think it's really, really cool. They've got this new lava color that's going on the EX04. On the EX02, they've got kind of this, I don't know the exact name for it off the top of my head, and I don't have it pulled up. So, but just what they're doing with the G10 is really creative. It's really good looking. I think they bring that from their gun grips. They just make it look really, really nice. So keep that in mind. I like the G10 stuff. By the way, this knife, the EX01, also comes in an aluminum. So this is the OD green aluminum variety. And it's got a very cool look to it as well. Black aluminum, and there's a black aluminum, kind of the tanto version, tactical, as well as the OD green. So a lot of different varieties, a lot of things to choose from here from Hogue and Allen Elishewitz. By the way, Allen Elishewitz designs all of Hogue's folders. I can't remember if he designs the fixed bladers or not as well, but very good designer. He's collaborated with tons of people, and he and his wife are very nice people. We were able to catch up with them and talk a little bit with them at SHOT Show. There will be a video on that coming out, in the next couple weeks. Should be done. So kind of fun. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about the G10. I really like it. It's one solid G10 handle. Both sides of the handle are G10. So there isn't any sort of steel liner in that sort inside of the knife. But it should be very, very strong. G10 is a very, very strong material. So all of these EX01s are a button release. So, ooh, watch your finger there behind the camera. So this one's got ambidextrous thumb stud, flick it open, and then you push that plunger, button release, bam. The other thing I like about this is they've got the lock on there. So you can lock it open. This overall length on this blade, now the EX01 comes in two different varieties as far as blade length. This is the 3.5, nope, this is a 4-inch one. And then here is a 3.5 inch. Show you the size comparison. Just a 1/2 inch, just depends on what you like. Overall length on this particular one is 8.8 inches, whereas the 3.5 inch blade is 8 inches. So you lose 0.8 of an inch on the smaller version. This is the smaller version in hand. That one feels good to me. I'm kind of a smaller knife guy. I carry a Delica sometimes. I carry a Benchmade mini grip sometimes. This one is a lot bigger to me in hand. So just depends on your particular preference. One thing I do like about these knives is you can hit that plunger and flick them out, kind of like a Benchmade axis lock. Makes it nice, fun for flipping at your desk. I had several of these sitting at my desk before I did this overview, and they were highly enjoyable to flick and fiddle with at my desk. Very smooth in the pivot. That's another thing I like about these blades. Very, very smooth. That goes for the autos as well. They're snappy. I would put these guys, if you've handled a ProTech knife, I would put these in the range of ProTech as far as snappy goes. Let me show you. You can even see the recoil as it hits. That one hit the paper down there. Hang on. Very, very snappy on the autos. Just an impressive knife. Allen Elishewitz. Man, I either mispronounce it or I bongle it up while I'm trying to say it. So Allen Elishewitz has a huge background. He was in the Marines for a while. He has a martial arts background, and his designs are very cool. They're very comfortable in hand. That's the big thing for me, is just very comfortable. They feel good in hand. So a couple other designs, and we'll get on with it. This isn't going to be a comprehensive overview of every single spec on this, but you've got the aluminum CNC machine, very nice look to it. Again, solid, snappy blade. And by the way, these are all made in the USA by Hogue. So very, very nice blades. You can see on the blade, each one of them has USA stamped into it, right there. Hogue right there. And then you've got Allen Elishewitz on the other side on that little swedge. So, like I mentioned, a lot of different blade styles, a lot of different variety. The weight is going to vary on each variety. I just wanted to give you a look at kind of what was out there so that you can know if this is the knife for you or not. By the way, the pocket clip, here's one standard thing. From the EX04 down to the EX01, they all have the same pocket clip. So, makes it kind of easy. This one is reversible for tip up or tip down carry. This one is as well. Looks like the whole EX01 series is tip up or tip down carry. Same pocket clip on all of them. Here is a pocket shot for you. Give you an idea if you like how it looks in the pocket. And let's do a quick comparison with all of the others. I'm going to go back to my original here. And by the way, the price varies widely on these as well. The autos are obviously going to be a little more expensive than the others. This one is $189 for a 4-inch blade, whereas this one, man, I'm all mixed up behind the camera. This one here is $214. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Check this out, EX04 in my left hand and the EX01 in my right. One thing I love about this EX04, if you're in the market, just really, really comfortable. I would say this one is the most comfortable one yet. I've kind of got them all sitting here. Very, very comfortable. This one, the EX01, not as comfortable, but still very comfortable nonetheless. So things to think about, just styles are different. You can see there's a lot of the same design worked into both of them. Very nice knives. I don't think you can go wrong with these blades. Made in the USA, very, very nice. Let me show you other couple comparisons here. Oh, that one's not an auto. This is the EX03 compared to the EX01. This one I would say is probably the most, I don't want to say lackluster, but that's the word as far as the grip goes. I feel like they just knocked it out of the park with the EX01, 2, and 3 as far as making them colorful, unique, exciting. This one is a lot more standard. You know, it just doesn't have that exciting feel to it. But nonetheless, all the same, it's more of a less exciting blade, I think is how I'd put the EX03. Not a bad blade, just not as flashy, not as cool to me personally. This is all personal opinion. I like to inject some personal opinion because otherwise it's just a whole bunch of manufacturer specs and it can get boring. So this is the EX02. This one has a flipper. Flipper works very nicely. The EX01 right next to it. I like that contoured G10 scale they've got there on the EX02. I love flippers. I think they're a great opening mechanism for your blades. This one is a little, I would say a little bulkier in hand. Maybe a few more hot spots down in here in this portion. And this is also the only one that's a liner lock. All of the others are button locks. So just kind of running through the specs for you. I hope this has been helpful. 10 minutes of your time to purchase the right blade, that sort of thing. So you've got a whole bunch of different examples. My biggest recommendation to you would just be go study the website, figure out which one most appeals to you. I mean, you've got the tanto style blade, you've got the drop point blades, you've got the automatics, you've got the manuals. There are a whole lot of different varieties. Just take your time, make sure you get the right one, that sort of thing. Very good blades. That's the bottom line. Blade centering on this one is spot on, dead center. Quality control on these is excellent. Very impressed with what I see from Hogue. So I'm going to make a couple other videos, individual videos of the EX02, 3, 4, that sort of thing, and we'll have a video on Allen Elishewitz here in a couple weeks. Should be very good. So guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to buy these and all your blades at bladehq.com.